This one's for the stackers, the believers, the ones who saw the future before the world did. They laughed when the white paper hit the net. Said it wouldn't last, yeah, I remember that bet. But the blocks kept rolling, tick-tock chain. Hard money rising while the printers go insane. 21 million, that's the final command. No central bank could change in this plan. Those around the world keep truth in the chain. Freedom money breaking every fiat domain. Cold storage lock keys in my hand. Self-sovereign living, yeah, I understand. Volatility storms, but the mission stays true. Stack sats every day, that's what we do. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2 to O to the 2 to C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Fiat keeps falling while the debt grows tall. Trillions printed up just to cover the fall. But Bitcoin marches like digital gold. Every 4 years the same story told. Hash rate climbing like a rocket in flight. Miners worldwide keeping truth in the fight. Permissionless rails running night and day. A monetary system no king can sway. From Wall Street towers to a farmer's land. Bitcoin leveling the economic sand. Not your keys, not your coins, understand. This is the revolution already planned. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2 to O to the 2 to C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Now listen close, here comes the move. Corporate treasury with a Bitcoin groove. Company called Strategy changed the game. Michael Saylor stacking sats in his name. Balance sheet loaded, conviction strong. Playing the Bitcoin century long. And this TRC spelled out so clear. STRC to prefer right here. Prefer stock ride in the Bitcoin way. Yield and conviction for the bold and the brave. While the world still wonders what this will be. We're building the future on BTC. Stack the sats, hold the line. TikTok block every time. Freedom money can't be banned. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2 to O to the 2 to C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. 21 million written in sand. Bitcoin standards sweeping the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Generational wealth built by BTC's plan. This is not financial advice. I hope you were entertained. If not, I'll do better next time.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 14th, and today is the Bitcoin update. Today is the Orange Series. Today we talk about crypto, Bitcoin, this, that, and the other thing. We are live on 2 YouTube channels. We got the Retire on Dividends channel, the OG channel, and then a newer channel, Retire on Crypto, and we are also live on X. So wherever you're at, say hello, say good morning, say what's up. All right, so let's get to it. Today's video topic is, nothing too exciting. What is Bitcoin? The basics. What does Coinbase say about it? Like, what the heck is Bitcoin? All right, so if you're new to Bitcoin, this is the video for you. If you're not, just enjoy the ride. All right, price update. By the way, yes, we are live, so please confirm the audio. I know we got a few of you guys just waking up with me this morning. Wolf, Crystal Ball, haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Double D, getting ready for work. And we got Alan. So we'll wait for some others, and we'll sing and dance when they arrive. But Bitcoin just under 80K. It's going. But no, it's been coming down a little bit. But it happens, man. It happens. It's good to be at the 80K mark. Let's see if it holds, or let's see if we jump. Maybe we'll jump to 90K. Maybe we'll get to 100K again. Remember that? Remember those days? Feels like it's been so long. Good morning, LA Appliance Guy. What is going on? Let's look at the stock market too real quick. The pre-market, again, this is as of 6:05 a.m. Thursday morning, May 14th. S&P up 0.28%. NASDAQ up about a quarter percent, sorry. The Dow is up about 0.5%, and the Russell is up about 0.02%. So basically nothing. All right. So before we get into the fancy spreadsheet, I'm on, Coinbase website. They have a learning section. And I decided to read, what is Bitcoin? Because why not, right? I mean, it's not like it's common, straightforward. It's confusing. We ask the everyday person, what is Bitcoin? What are they going to say? I don't know. Good question, right? Go ahead. Go to work today, and ask one of your coworkers, what is Bitcoin? Do you invest in Bitcoin? Just curious, what are they going to say? All right. So anyway, this is, again, per Coinbase. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Everyone knows that name. Again, it came out in 2008, and essentially this named person that does not exist or does exist, or who the hell knows, he created it, or he or she, or who even knows, right? Whatever. It came out in 2008. And basically it allows peer-to-peer transactions on the internet without the bank getting involved. Digital freaking money. And it says here, unlike services like Venmo and PayPal, which rely on traditional finance system for permissions to transfer money, big word, permission to transfer money on the existing debit credit accounts, Bitcoin is decentralized. So any two people anywhere in the world can send Bitcoin to each other without involvement of a bank, government, or institution. And that's really it. Like, that's the key thing. That, it says here, Venmo and PayPal. Yeah, we can send you money, but we could ask for permission. Is it okay? No, no. Bitcoin, here, I'll send you money. Give me your address. Boom, done. Voila. All right. Every transaction involving Bitcoin is tracked on the blockchain. And that's, again, you can track that. You can view it. It's public. Similar to the bank ledger, simple terms. It records every transaction that's made. Good, it should. Unlike the bank's ledger, Bitcoin blockchain is distributed across the entire network. No company, country, or third party is in control of it. Again, also key, no one is in control of it. Good, that's what we want, right? And anyone can become part of the network. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin, digital money that cannot be inflated or manipulated. Again, cannot be inflated. They can't print out Bitcoin like they print out the US dollar. There's only 21 million. Again, 20 million plus already in circulation. They're gonna mine another million between now and 34 or 20, whatever, 21, 30. I don't know. We'll check the date in a second, but it doesn't matter. Most of them are mined and in circulation, but over the past whatever years, more and more will be mined, but at a lesser rate. It says it isn't necessary to buy entire Bitcoin. You can buy just fractional of one. And again, just like fractional stocks, you can buy fractional Bitcoin. Because again, we saw the price of Bitcoin. It's almost $80,000, which, who the hell's going to buy? Who has $80,000 sitting around where they could just buy a Bitcoin, right? So you're going to buy probably fractional if you do get involved. What is BTC? Obviously, it's the abbreviation for Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin cryptocurrency? They say yes. Some Bitcoiners say no. But to be honest, who gives a crap? Whatever. If you want to, I don't know why it is or isn't, but to me, it is cryptocurrency, because what else? If it's not, then what is? But whatever. Let's keep going. Is there a simple Bitcoin definition? Here we go. Decentralized digital currency used for encrypted peer-to-peer transactions without needing a central bank. Again, this is the first time I'm reading this too, so it's a pretty good definition, right? It's pretty basic stuff. Let me take a pause and just say good morning for the newer folks in the house. We got Mrs. Susie and Mrs. Nikki. What's going on? Question to the live community, because I know you're half asleep, so I got to make sure you're kind of awake, or you're actually listening. Are you still buying Bitcoin? Again, this is assuming you originally were buying Bitcoin. Are you still buying it at this day and age? Are you still a believer? Are you still buying it, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, or whenever you have money? Are you still involved? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep reading. Is there a simple Bitcoin? Okay, whatever. We've read that. What is the price? Whatever. We know the price. Is Bitcoin an investment opportunity? Yeah, that's kind of a stupid question. At what price did Bitcoin start? One Bitcoin was valued at a fraction of a US penny in early 2010. A fraction of a penny. I know what you're thinking. Damn. Like, imagine, man. Whew. During the first quarter of 2011, it exceeded $1. In late 2017, it skyrocketed 20,000. And all right, so yeah, it's nuts, man, to think it was at one point a fraction of a penny. And what were we doing at the time? Again, who knows, man? Who knows? We were probably maybe in the stock market, maybe. And if we heard of this, it's like we probably wouldn't even know where to go buy it. That's the problem. Let's keep going. Let me see if anyone answered my question. What do we got? We got Susie. She is still buying weekly. All right, that's good. What else we got? LA Appliance buying every week. Okay, missed that boat. See, this is the mentality, though. We can't think that way, right? Yes, we missed the boat of buying at a fraction, of course, but I don't think we missed the boat in general. Again, this is just starting. Again, you hear Coinbase coming out on Fox Business, CNBC, this all exchange I keep hearing about, or everything exchange. Again, and then this the crypto bill, and I don't know. Just I feel like good things are coming. It's hard, right? It don't move like it used to, because there's just so it's so big now, and there's so many outstanding shares or coins out there. But who knows, man? Who knows? Bruce finally woke up. Good morning. What's up, Bruce? I asked everyone the question. Oh, you already know. You're buying monthly. Okay. Do they know how much has been lost? No, they do not. I mean, how are they going to know that, right? And what defines it as lost? A cold wallet buried in the sand somewhere. I don't know. Bruce is buying monthly. Clarity Act, that's the name of it. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Thank you. But yeah, whenever that is, that should help it. But I feel like it's already kind of priced in that as if it's gonna happen. So if anything, if it doesn't happen, good God, we're probably gonna have a sell-off here. I bought some yesterday, but not much. All right, sounds good. I bought I buy daily. You guys know that, but I also buy periodically when I can. It is what it is. I'm not like rushing. I'm just buying in bits and droves, and and hopefully by the time I expect to retire, it's going to help me ride off in the sunset, do whatever the hell I want, trade options, buy high yield dividends, do whatever, right? Or maybe I'll just borrow against it, right? Everyone's saying, Coinbase is talking about they're doing mortgages based on the Bitcoin as leverage. I like it. All right. Depending on your goals, Bitcoin can function as an investment vehicle, a store of value similar to gold. I know they always compare Bitcoin and gold. A way to transfer value around the world. Again, that part's key. And even just a way to explore an emerging technology. Yeah, just to be involved in a newer technology. Bitcoin is currency native to the internet. Yes, okay. Bitcoin is legal to use, hold, and trade. Good thing, right? Maybe not in every country. Is Bitcoin money? Let's see what it says. It's been used as a medium of exchange, store of value. I mean, yes, some places accept Bitcoin. I mean, and have you ever paid with Bitcoin? I haven't, but you can. Who created Bitcoin? All right, we kind of just went through this already. Worldwide interest in Bitcoin yearly. Wow. Okay, so there's definitely not enough interest worldwide. How Bitcoin works. Yeah, we're not going to probably go any further, to be honest. We did the basics, right? We did the basics. Here's some other questions. Are there physical coins? Obviously not. No, but I do have. I did buy some physical coins to get my kids motivated about Bitcoin. You know, my son's like, "How much is it worth?" I'm like, nothing, but it's still fun. I think. All right, let's go. Let's see if anyone else answered. Our Marcia TTR in the house. In the house. What's up? What's up, Bruce? Typically buy 100 worth when we get to sell-offs. That usually averages to one small purchase monthly. So it sounds like you guys are kind of Bitcoin-ish, but not like all in, right? Not quarter of your profile, not 10% of your portfolio, not even 5, right? But another question while we're waiting here, while we're going, what percent would you want Bitcoin to be your part of your portfolio? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 100? Some people are 100. Yep. There's Cooper, because it's Cooper. Cooper is in the Misty Mafia. He's running the Misty Mafia. If you want to join, you got to fill an application and send it to Cooper. All right, let's get to the handy dandy spreadsheet. We're here for the Orange series. Again, this is a weekly series. Every Thursday morning, we kind of just do, I give you an update on my holdings, my Bitcoin, what I'm doing, how much I own. And I also try to do a little education here and there. As you see, today's topic I have under the series tab. Let's zoom in. The topic was, again, I had no topic originally, but then I was like, you know what? Let's do some basics. So today's topic was Bitcoin basics per Coinbase. This is episode 15. How long is this going to go? I don't know. Maybe forever. But we'll see. Obviously, you can see there's different topics. So if you're interested in any of these previous topics, then go back, watch it. Most of them are aired on both channels. Retire on Crypto, Retire on Dividends. So watch it on either channel. I really don't give a crap, to be honest. It doesn't matter anymore. But I tried to segregate the channel to eventually grow it to, because eventually I'd like to run, do more YouTube when time allows, when the kids get older, maybe, and then talk about maybe Bitcoin on one arena, talk about options on another, and then talk about how you'll dividends forever. Why not? Have fun with it. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. Bitcoin history, transactions, halving here. This is the date what I was trying to say before. All right, 2140 is the year, or within the 4-year time frame after that, where the last Bitcoin will be mined. In fact, they always say 21 million, but it looks like it's 20,999,999,999. So it's really, it is what it is. It's close enough. So right now we're in the midst. Where are we? We're here. We are here. We're here. We ain't going nowhere. Right? What's that from? I forget the song. Let's merge these stuff. There you go. Just like that. Let's bold it out. Boom, 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 boom. We are here. Okay, we are here. So obviously in 24, that was the last halving. The reward to mine the Bitcoin, 3.125. It's going to be cut in half in 28. We look forward to that in 2 years. And then the reward to mine Bitcoin will be half of that, 1.56. Makes sense, Chico. And then again, we'll have about 98% of the Bitcoin mined. I have this highlighted here because that's pretty much the majority of the Bitcoin being mined, 99.95%, right? Or if you want to go down a little further, 99.99. But sure as heck is close enough. All right, anyway, let's keep going. Bitcoin per person, not really going to get into that. Sometimes I cover it, sometimes I don't. But basically, there's not enough Bitcoin for everyone in the world. That's what you need to know. All right. So even if you own a fraction of a Bitcoin, believe me, it's more than the average person probably. STRC, not going to get into that. All right. So let's talk about the weekly change for this week. And let me just see if there's any comments from the peeps. All right, what do we got? How do they confiscate it? Who confiscate it? I mean, if you find We're talking about finding like a cold wallet. You can't, right? Unless you know the 25 or 20 key phrase, right? So how does the government confiscate it? I don't know. Unless it's online. If it's through Coinbase, Binance, Robinhood, then yeah, they'll go through them. But if it's on a hard wallet, I have no idea. I mean, unless they make you give the key phrase. Bruce is all in on Misty. Look at Bruce go. You know what? To be honest, I'm back on board, man, because as I'm researching Bitcoin, as I'm researching MSTR and talking about it, I just really see like long term. There's not many better investments. Like the sky's the limit. So if I believe in Bitcoin, if I believe in MSTR, obviously, yeah, Misty, they cap their upside. You know, that sucks. It does, but they pay a sweet ass income. So between, you know, the balance of the two, is it a good investment? Based on my scenario, yes, because I am using it to actually, I pay bills or I also buy daily. So if I believe Misty's going to go up, MSTR is going to go up, Bitcoin's going to go up in the long run, why the hell not? It's about 7%. Good job, LA. All right, that's not bad. Now, LA, when you talk to your friends, you talk to your fellow appliance guys about Bitcoin, what do they say to you? They're like, what in tarnation? I ain't buying that crap. I'm guessing that's the mentality. Nikki's in the mafia. What's up, Nikki? Nikki's from Jersey. She's in the mafia, the Misty Mafia. All right. Let's see. BTC itself, no, but crypto ETF probably 19%. Yeah, I mean that's technically Bitcoin or crypto exposure. Cooper, Bruce, you're already in. Come on, you're already in. All right, let's see. I was a little low, a little high. Oh, Misty payment. Hey, I got some fun for you guys. We're going to have a separate Misty Mania during Guestomania. So, and you guys, I'm going to put your names in, and then we're going to see who's going to come the closest, right? Without going over. That'll be the rule. We'll set some rules. We'll talk about it Sunday. But who has the closest guess for Misty? We'll start with Misty. If we want to do it with others, we will. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not the one that trades like I used to. I can't, but no, it's fun. I'm having fun. They don't have any coins. Funny internet. Yeah, exactly. Oh, damn. Big claim here from a fellow YouTuber. Misty will go up over the next 6 to 12 months and do a split. No. I was with you. They're never going to do a split. You're talking about a forward split. Not going to happen on the ETFs, not the high yield ETFs. Randy says yes. All right. So let's go. We're on the weekly change tab. Again, since we're live, yes, obviously I read the comments live. You should. If you go live, then do that. What the heck is the point of going live? You might as well make it a pre-record. So if you're annoyed and you're watching it later because of the disruptions of the comments, then why don't you join live, right? Join the party. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Bitcoin supply increased this week. Again, this is based on Coinbase. Increased about 3,328. Supply left is about 971,000. Again, remember, less than 1 million left to mine. So that's the number, at least as of last night. MSTR to Bitcoin. How much of Bitcoin did MSTR to buy? Well, they bought 0 last week. This week, they are back again. Mister's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? All right. Anyway, 535 Bitcoin. They're now at 818,869. Yeah. Not a big buy, but you know what? This coming week, I think it's going to be a big one. I know. That's what she said. I know. But for real, it's going to be a big one. All right. MNAV went down about 2%. Mr. MSTR went down 4.71%. What's up with that? Yeah, Bitcoin went down though. That's why. Duh. All right, STRC. Look at that. What a beaut. $100 on par. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, ASST Strive did not buy the Bitcoin this week. It's okay. They bought 444 last week. That's a big number for them. Look at MSTR's buy this week, 535. They bought 444 last week. So again, they're pretty close to each other. What's going on? Maybe SATA is becoming a fan favorite, right? Right. All right. MNAV for ASST went up. So people are realizing Strive is a deal. Again, it's very cheap compared to MSTR price wise, but even it's undervalued. I don't think it's appreciated as much as strategy. And I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I thought it was just a shit stock, high volatility stock. I traded options on, and I made fun of it. I called it the ass stock, ST. But I buy it daily now. I buy ASST daily. I have a leap on it. In fact, I may, I don't know. It's not in my retire now account, but it may be someday. We'll see. I did want to buy a leap on Schwab, and Schwab would not let me, just to let you guys know. But I'm gonna blow my nose. I'll mute because I have some match. All right, we're back again. All right, what do we got here? Misty. Oh, damn. We'll hit it. Yeah. Well, they pay out weekly though. So as much if they didn't make any payouts, no doubt. All right, let's see. STRC bought over $1 billion this week. Yeah, I did not check, but I would not doubt it. Still haven't bought STRC. I just keep buying Bitcoin. I feel like, yeah, man. To be honest, if you don't need the income, then don't buy it, right? Just buy the Bitcoin. I use it to pay the bills. Pay the bills, right? The bills are expensive over here in this rip-off state. So I need some help. STRC is my help. All right, put spreads on ASST not to cap my upside. Wolf is the options genius over here now. ASST, really good week. They went up 2.83%. And again, look at that compared to MSTR. MSTR went down 4.71. ASST went up 2.83%. See, dude, something's happening. I don't know. All right, SATA's at 99.30, not quite at the 100 par. Misty went down 5.82%. Yeah, but I'm not adding back the distribution, just FYI. And then BTCI, they went down 1.59%. All right, let's talk about treasury companies, because now what am I doing? I'm tracking the top 100 treasury companies. And week over week, I'm seeing, all right, did they add Bitcoin? Did they sell Bitcoin? Or did they do nothing? All right. And the answer is, drums, please. All right. Strategy bought 535 Bitcoin. We already know that. That's not news, but they're at the top. So we got to talk about them. Now, big news here. Mara sold more Bitcoin. All right. Just to give you guys an idea. Let's go back in the vault here. Because when I started tracking Mara, let's go to the beginning. All right, so in the very beginning, when we started tracking treasury companies, Mara was number 2. They held 53,250 Bitcoin. Awesome, Mara, you rule. And then the next week they didn't add any. Next week they didn't add or sell. All right, then you keep going, and then you keep going. Oh, look at this. They added back in March. They added 572 Bitcoin, solidifying their number 2 spot. All right, let's keep going. What else we got here? Again, we're checking the history of Mara. And then this unfortunate event, they sold 15,133 Bitcoin on April 1st. Like, bro, for real, bro. I guess they needed it to fund their company. I do not know. I forget. Some of you probably know, but I don't care really. But they sold it. That's all I know. And where did that put them? That put them at number 3. They are number 3. So that's well, right? And then here, look at this. Meta Planet. They bought And then they got, Mara's at number 4 as of April 7th. So let's keep going. Let's track it. Let's see what else Mara's doing. Still at number 4 as of April 29th. Still number 4. And then here today, not today, but this is as of yesterday, they sold another 3,386. So they went from what, 53,000 not that long ago to now 35,000 Bitcoin. If we're wondering why Bitcoin went down, this could be part of the reason, right? Because that's a lot of Bitcoin to be selling. All right. So if you want to blame someone, these suckers over here, Mara Holdings, what's up with that? Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company about to pass them. They got 30,000 Bitcoin. They hardly ever buy, but if they did, they could pass them. Although Mara may sell so much more that they'll just keep dropping and dropping and dropping. Lucky for us, Coinbase bought some this week. They bought 1,100, 1,103 to be exact. What else we got going on here? Block, they bought 34 Bitcoin. Good job, Block. Bettercoin Corp bought 300 Bitcoin. Nice work. Orange BTC bought 5 Bitcoin. Sweet. The Smarter Web Company PLC bought 25 Bitcoin. Keel Infrastructure Corp bought 2,469 Bitcoin. Pretty sweetness there. Let's keep going. All right. Fold Holdings Inc. They said, you know what? I'm going to sell 1 Bitcoin. And they sold 1. All right, whatever. We'll forgive them. Bitcoin Treasury Corp, Canadian company. They sold 4 Bitcoin. Who's this sucker here? Exodus Movement Inc. They bought 18 Bitcoin. Nice work. We're getting down to the 80s now. Again, we look at top 100 now because why not? Why not? Top 100? Yeah, we want to know who's buying, who's selling. All right, so when I track the change of the top 100, unfortunately, it's a negative. So it's negative 729 Bitcoin. All right. Is that good? Not really, because Mara screwed it up. But for the most part, more companies are buying Bitcoin than not. So that is the plus right there. All right, next, we'll take a look at ETFs. Let me see what you guys are yapping about. Okay, tomorrow is X date for STRC, so the price will drop. There you go. See, there's our opportunity. And I think it's still based on monthly payments, so it'll be a decent drop. Yeah, I think they're still once a month. I think they're still voting on it. Double D's going to work, hard at work. Hopefully Double D can retire soon, be a full-time YouTuber. All right. They will have a shareholder meeting next month to pay dividends. Okay. Voted yes. Today's the big day, Rod. Clarity Act to be voted on before it goes to the Senate. All right. What time? What time? All right. Let's see. All right. So obviously, some of the big news recently over the past 2 years, Bitcoin ETFs, right? Because like we said, like way back when Bitcoin came out, how the heck can you buy it? Like, what do you trust? What platform are you going to? How do you buy Bitcoin? But now you could buy Bitcoin on your regular brokerage thanks to ETFs. So what I do is I track the movement of the various ETFs. Does it matter? Not really. To be honest, it's BlackRock and then it's everyone else. BlackRock has 820,000 freaking Bitcoin. They buy it on your behalf, right, as the ETF holder. But still, they are the biggest by far. Should they be? I don't know. They just have, when you think of Bitcoin ETF, what is the ticker you say? Think about it. It's their ticker, IBIT. All right. And then, even number 2, does anyone ever say FBTC, assuming that's still the ticker? No, they don't. All right. And then Grayscales, I don't even know what theirs is. GBTC. Actually, oh yeah, if I click it. No, it's not working. All right. All right, whatever. But overall, the ETF changed, Bitcoin went down for most of them. I also track like who owns more Bitcoin, BlackRock or Strategy. The answer this week is BlackRock, 820,000 versus Strategy's 818. Now, again, is that fair? Maybe, maybe not. But hey, it's just fun. It's just fun fun to look at, fun information. So let's relax and enjoy the show. All right. Supply and demand. Let me take a sip of coffee before we go on further. Time for another community question. What do you think? How about if the Clarity Act passes? If this passes, what price do we see Bitcoin at? Like a week or two later. What do we think? Is it going to move, or is it already priced in? All right, 5/13, May 13th. This is yesterday. Estimated Bitcoin mined about 3,155. Actual Bitcoin mined 3,328. So again, that kind of makes sense. How much did MSTR buy? Only 535, unfortunately. So they did not buy all of the supply, right? The mined Bitcoin. They bought 16% approximately. But their average weekly buy has been about 7,704. Total buys for the year, 146,000, which is insane. ASST did not buy this week, so obviously that's not going to help the number. And as we saw before, the top 100, it's actually a negative amount. I don't know why this is. There you go. It's a negative amount, so yeah, that did not help our number either. All right. We were just talking about these. These are the preferreds, STRC, and then SATA. Again, both offered from different companies. They work the same, though. I'm pretty sure they're both going to try to go bi-weekly payments off cycle. So if you buy between the two of them, eventually you'll get paid every week, which is awesome. This is awesome, right? But anyway, you can see the yields. I don't think either changed their yield. I believe STRC is still paying about 11.5, and as SATA is paying about 13%. All right, road to 1 million Bitcoin. What does this mean? Again, we're just kind of tracking when we think Strategy will own 1 million Bitcoin. And the answer is based on the 2026 average weekly buy. I'm looking at 24 more weeks, which would make it October 29th, 26. Does that matter? Not really, but to me, it is fun to look at and track because that's going to be a big day. It's going to be, you're going to hear about it. 1 million Bitcoin, one company owning 1 million Bitcoin. Is that good news or bad news? Some may have different opinions on it, but I don't mind it. All right, let's keep going. We got Strive too. Why not track them? What are they doing? What's their goal? I don't know what their goal is, but I'm just tracking until they hit 50,000 Bitcoin. Right now they're at 15,000. So they need 35,000 more based on their weekly average buy. That would be about 90 more weeks, and that won't be till February 3rd, 28. But I trust this number. It's going to get sooner and sooner because they're going to get bigger buys as time goes on. All right, let's talk about me. My holdings. All right, Bruce says already priced in. Cooper says 90K if it passes within the 2 weeks. Clarity Act is less about Bitcoin than it is about stable coins and yield on them. It'll run to 85K and then sell off. I think if it passes, it'll be 85,000 within a month. Whether banks keep full control of yield from cryptos and the rails they run versus exchanges having more ability to be more involved. All right. All right. Anyway, let's see. All right. What am I doing? What am I doing? How much Bitcoin do I own? Actually, I've been trying to do 0.01 per week. I didn't even look, but obviously I did not hit the goal this week. I was hitting it almost every week. You can see when I started doing this video, I was at 0.08 Bitcoin in January, and now I'm at 0.26. So, hey, progress is being made, and it's between 3 different locations where I buy the Bitcoin. Again, what is the goal? Is the goal 1? Not really. I mean, it'd be nice. But even after that, yeah, I would continue to buy unless I'm retired. But we'll see. All right, let's. So the value of the Bitcoin, not a lot, 21,000. MSTR, again, I have a separate crypto account on Robinhood where I do daily buys, and yeah, I do daily buys on all the crypto crap that I think will do well and will pay me income and will help me out. MSTR is part of that. I only own 16.05 shares, but they are worth 2,857. ASST, I own about 75.94 shares. The value is at 1,271. I did buy that Random Leap a while back. It's doing well. It's worth about 11.35. How much did I pay? About like 500 or $5, I'd say. So we're doubling up. So I could cash this sucker out anytime and help me pay more or buy more of this other stuff. And I probably will. I just don't know when. Just it'll just be random, like sell this crap. But sell a Leap, right? Cash out. Take some profit. All right, Misty. I did buy a little chunk this week. Because again, Robinhood, they got that sweet ass margin. You could borrow on margin for really, really low percentage. And if we think Misty's going to go up in price and they're going to pay a 50-60% yield, why would you not borrow on with a 5% interest or 5.25, whatever it is? It's like it's a no-brainer, but you got to do it. At the same time, yeah, could Bitcoin have a sell-off, massive sell-off, and MSTI would go down? Absolutely. So you got to be, some semi-smart about this. Again, not financial advice, but I'm working my way up. I'm going to build up some more Misty in the coming weeks, in the coming months, weeks, whatever. BTCI, I already own a decent chunk. I have about 105 shares. So I could sell covered calls in them. I'm not going to, though. But anyway, the total value of everything here, 29,891. I also have a little column here. Like if Bitcoin was $1 million, like now, how much would I have? 264,000. So do I want Bitcoin to be $1 million tomorrow? No, hell no, not yet, not yet. I want to get to a point where, if this said 500K, I'd be like, okay, good, because that would change my life. 264,000, yeah, of course, yeah, that would probably change my life too, but not enough to be like, to make some drastic moves, right? Would that even pay off my mortgage? Maybe. It's close. It's around there, but it's just a thought, because that was a question I had on X the other day. If you had enough Bitcoin to pay off your mortgage, would you use it? And then pretty much everyone said no. And if anything, they said they borrow against their Bitcoin. So again, but it depends on your mortgage rate too. Like, what is your interest? How much are you paying each month to the bank? Is it annoying? I have a low interest rate, so I'm less in a rush. Although having a mortgage paid off, I can't even imagine the feeling. It must be an amazing feeling. All right, let's go to the payouts. Again, not much change. Actually, no change since the last video. STRC, their payment already $23.91. SATA, 0 so far. Misty, $8.45. So we're only at $32. But again, I want this total income number to go up each and every week. So BTCI is going to help the majority. But again, I'm going to boost up Misty, and I'm boosting these up too. And eventually, this income, it's going to pay for those daily buys, which include the buys for MSTR and Bitcoin. And then eventually, guess what? As the value of BTCI and Misty go up, as do their distribution. So if I get a higher distribution, a higher payment, and if the payment exceeds the daily buys, then I can increase my daily buy to a higher amount. Make sense? And then eventually the compounding just takes over, and we get to a point of where, maybe we turn off the buys. Maybe we just actually enjoy the income, right? Because that's what it's all about. We're not going to reinvest our whole freaking lives, right? We got to enjoy the money at some point. All right. So, all right. What do we got here? Got to read the first comment I made. That's one was just follow up. All right. I'm at 0.03 on my bet.com. All right, come on, Bruce. Let's get you to 0.1. What do you think? Wolf is at 0.03. All right, we'll get you both to 0.1. Good work, Koopa. Koopa being rude. Koopa being rude to you, Bruce. All right. Anyway, good move on Misty. Well, obviously, someone from the Misty Mafia is gonna say that Bitcoin, MSTR, and Misty is my whole life savings. It's my whole future, so I have to track. Wow. So you are 100% exposed to Bitcoin, MSTR, and Misty. That's ballsy. But good for you. I'm jealous. My Bitcoin will be worth 30,000. So nice, not life changing. Yeah, no, it's good to know, honestly. But you should have a number. Like maybe if you're not retired, like if you're retired, you're probably just buying Bitcoin for fun, just to have the exposure and maybe pass it to your kids. But for me, as a current full-time employee who's currently working, I'm buying it so it changes my life. I'm buying it so it can help me retire a little earlier, and take advantage and have my do whatever the hell I want during the day. We all good. It's all good. Paying your home is good for your peace of mind only, and only buy Bitcoin with money you can lose. Yeah, exactly. Peace of mind. That's what it's all about. I wish I was on the live with you, Rod, so I can show you why Misty will go way up. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have you on if you want to come on the Orange Series. We'll plan a date, and you could show us why Misty go up, and you could share your screen. When you get that mortgage paid off, you feel like you're renting with property tax and insurance, and then you will sell, and move to corporate. Yeah, no. Well, the problem here in this state, the property tax is almost as much as a mortgage, if you calculate on a monthly basis. So what does it come to? I forget. It's a lot. I don't know. Got into Bitcoin at 22K. Nice. I'm retired. For me, it's something that I can leave. Yeah, see? Good man. Good man. All right. So those are the payouts. Now, this is just calculating when I'm going to have one Bitcoin. No, my holdings, 0.22. Where's my holdings? 18. It should be row 18. All right. All right. So if I'm at 0.26, based on the buys, based on a 20% annualized gain, I'll have one Bitcoin in never. So yeah, I mean, obviously I have to get a little more aggressive on the buys. Also, if you buy on Coinbase, then you can borrow against your Bitcoin. I haven't used it. If anyone in this chat have used it, please let me know. Do you trust it? How's it working? Is it worth it? Or if you're watching later, let me know in the comments too. But anyway, I have about 0.07 in Coinbase, which values at about 5,900. Now, they will let me borrow about 4,200, which is about 71%. Which, that's a decent amount, right? So the loan to value ratio is 86%. So if I'd have to, they'd call on my Bitcoin essentially if I borrowed that full amount and Bitcoin went down to 68K. However, if I take a safe loan of about 25% of what they're offering, right, or 25% of the total balance, I should say, that would be borrowing about 1,479. The interest rate went up 0.5% this week. Like, really, bro? You ain't paying me 5%. But if I did, the annual interest would be $75. The Coinbase fee, this is usually like a one-time fee, about $14.80. So overall monthly, if you make it monthly, and you treat that like an annualized thing, it's about $751 per month. The STRC dividend would be about $14.18. I'm borrowing that money, and the monthly profit would calculate to be $667. Again, that's not life-changing, but it's something. Again, it's just a way to compound and use money to make you money. I love disability, so I bought. I have a future. I didn't trust the system to keep paying me my money. So Social Security Disability, so BDC, MISTI, ASST, and STRC are my backup plan. Live. Yep, we got that. Misty and Ulti make up 80% of my portfolio, and I've got enough distro coming. Can you borrow against Bitcoin on Robinhood? No, you cannot, unfortunately. You can't borrow margin. You can't borrow a loan. You can't do nothing. Wolf says, I live off my Social Security and my investments. My income ETFs pay about $4,000 a month, and I use $1,000 to pay my wife Jeep payment. So what do you do with the other three? I don't think so, or at least, yeah, no, they don't, which is annoying, but semiconductor stocks have better returns than Bitcoin. Right now, yeah, man. But semiconductor stocks have better returns than anything right now. But in the long run, I think Bitcoin will outperform nearly almost anything. Don't you guys feel that way? Reinvest it all. All right. Last tab here. All right. So again, let's talk about why I'm buying Bitcoin. All right. Yes, change the family tree. Yes, help, build a wealthy future for the kids. Yeah. But for now, right, you want to, I want it to help me retire. Let's be real here. LA, right? Am I right, LA? Don't we want to be able to retire early? So right now it's 2026. Now, and also I'm 43. So in 2037, I will be 55. Now, the beauty of 55 is there is something called the rule of 55 where you can take money out of your 401k without penalty. All right. So right now, I own about 0.26 Bitcoin. The Bitcoin price is 79,000, which is worth 21,000. And this is where you guys get involved. And for anyone who was not here last week or did not participate, if you missed it, I asked for a Bitcoin price estimate in 2037. So if you would like to change your prior estimate that you see on the screen, or you're new, you weren't here last week and you'd like to give a new estimate, please let me know. So I'm not sure. Again, before I look at the new average, I want to check it out. Actually, I don't think he was here last week. Check it out if you're still listening. Can we have your Bitcoin prediction for 2037, please? And again, if anyone else had previous guess that they want to change, feel free to let me know. Cooper, I don't think you had a guess. Yeah, Cooper, if you're still here, what's your guess? Bitcoin price estimate for 2037. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Or again, anyone else on YouTube, listening on YouTube or listening on X, type in your estimate. Wolf is still good with his 500. That's good. 500,000. What about any of you other suckers? I saw another new name. What was the name? Tonka Alvi. Maybe I got you already. I'm not. All right, let's go to the new comments. All right, check it out. Thank you for participating. Let's type it in. Check it out. 5403. So his guess is 250. Okay. So that puts the value. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, the value of my Bitcoin at 66K. Hoping that is way too low. Alvi abroad. Did you have a previous guess? You did not. Okay. Alvi abroad. Oh, 15 million. Okay. I like that guess. Randy said he's good with his. All right, Randy, where are you? Randy, you had a very, very particular guesstimate there. Wooly Bully, 200K. I don't think you're on here, right? Nope, you were not. All right. I'll add you. Wooly Bully, 797. Okay. And what's your guess? 200,000. Okay. Tonka, what we got? 1 million in 2037. Easy. He says easy, son, with inflation. All right. Go Tonka. 1902. Okay. 1 million. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Speak now, or else we're skipping you till next week. Yeah, Cooper must have left. Unless he's scared. Maybe he's scared to give us an estimate, right? A1, 2037 is a down year. 2038 will be bull cycle for BTC. A1, you already guessed, right? You go with your guess, A1? You said 800. There's Cooper. All right, good. He's still here. All right, Cooper's Thai Adventure. By the way, guys, go check out his YouTube channel. All right, he talks about Bitcoin a lot, so you may want to hear him out. All right, your guess is 10 mil. Woohoo! That'll be very nice. All right, there it is, 10 mil. Yep, for 2037. Okay. All right, so we have enough guesses for now. I should probably put the number, right? Name. All right, whatever. So what I'm calculating here is the average of all this, right? Based on what you guys tell me, I am now calculating the average price of, again, oh, wait, we got another one. Where's CEO? Are you on here? Oh, you were not. Okay. Marcia. What's up? Boom. Marcia with a solid 4, 4, and 4. She likes those 4s, all right? You want to make it 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, or 4, 4, 4, 0, 0, 0. All right, anyway, the average now, with that new addition, the average Bitcoin price in 2037 is 18,303,716. Is that even remotely possible? Why is it so high? Well, we have someone named Bitcoin Maverick who threw out 350 million. That certainly helped it. But yeah, based on that 18 million, how much would my measly little bit, my little Bitcoin of 0.26, what would that be worth? 4.8 million. Is that life-changing at 55 years old? Oh, hell yeah. So, yes. Do I think it's going to be 18 million in 2037? I mean, I have no idea. I sure as hell wish. I sure as hell wish. All right. All right, so that's it. Unless anyone else wants to add to the guesstimates or the future. Yeah, I think that's good. Right? Is there anything else? Oh, real quick quick shout out to the ambassador of Quan. He has been making videos on my channel. He's part of Gold Digger Media. He's basically the leader of Gold Digger Media. But he is doing interviews on my channel now. And he's already done 2. He's interviewed Max Convexity and he interviewed Howard Chan from Curve yesterday. And on Saturday, speaking of cryptocurrency, speaking of Bitcoin, he's interviewing Dark Side of the Moon. If you guys are on X, you probably have an idea who he is. He's not on YouTube, but he's a crypto guy, right? He's an old school crypto guy. I met him at the Closing Bell in New York City with YieldMax. But yeah, go check out the interview. Go check out all of Ambassador's interviews. Give him feedback as well. He wants to hear feedback, good or bad. So let him know how his interviews are going, and let him know who you want him to interview. Who's someone that, whether it's crypto or high yield dividends or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, who do you want to see interviewed? Does quantum computing pose a serious long-term technical threat to Bitcoin? I'm not going to answer that. Hopefully someone else can answer that because I do not freaking know. Quantum computing, that sounds like a nerd party. I don't even know what's going on. Full run up with 2038 with 18 million Bitcoin. Very nice payday. Yes. Those ambassador interviews have been excellent. All right. Thank you for the feedback, Bruce. What can he do better? He wants to know what can he do better. He's not awake now, but hey, maybe he'll listen to this later. No, check it out. Would have to hack every computer. There's your answer. I would have to hack every computer on the planet to get really running. Then 150 to reach all-time high, roughly. I missed the Howard Chan interview. No, it was pretty good. Check it out. Marcia says it was excellent, excelente. So yeah, no, good feedback. I got to watch both his interviews this week. He's really good at interviewing. He's probably one of the best, to be honest. Like, very organized, very proper, very respectful. Just, good dude. Either way, Cooper, it's going higher. So we both right then. What's going higher? Bitcoin? Bitcoin? Not today. It's down. It's down. Down. Get down. It's at 79K. But we'll see where we're headed. We're about an hour into this video. We got 111 people between the 2 YouTubes and the X. So if you're there, if you're out there, wake up, say something so we know we're there, because we're getting to the end of the video and we're going to shut it down because we got to get our asses to work. Some people still work here. I will watch it at the gym today. Sweet. Let us know. I especially like the interview with Max. Well, Max is always a good interview because he's a book of knowledge, right? He's just he's the options. He's the options guy, essentially. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video was for the fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun, hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow and we entertain you. Now, I don't know if I'm going live tomorrow, to be honest. Definitely Saturday, definitely Sunday. Tomorrow, I got to think about it. But we shall see, Chico. Because I may want to get my ass to the gym. We'll see. What else? Keyword time. Keyword? I don't freaking know. Yeah, keyword. You know what? I'm going to play the ROD song, and then we'll think of the keyword. How about that? Because I'm going to drink coffee and chat with you guys. And while we're chatting, we'll think of the keyword. Or should I play Guestamania to hype up Guestamania this weekend? What do you guys think? You guys vote. Guestamania or ROD song? I don't know if Cooper heard the song. He probably did. All right, there's always a delay, unless you guys are that slow. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Wolf says Guestamania. Anyone else? Hey, boo-boo. Oh, it's a tie, 1-1. We got the ROD song versus Guestamania. We are so slow. Yeah, you are. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably the internet, you know. All right, I need a tiebreaker here. ROD or Guestamania. All right, there's the tiebreaker. Randy says Guestamania. All right, I'll play Guestamania. While it's playing, think of a keyword, and we'll come back and we'll do the keyword, and then we'll wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you lovers of all ages, welcome to Guestamania! Come on, come on. Boom, pow. Yeah, yeah. Check it, twinkle lights and pyro flames, covered calls and crazy games. MSTY enters the ring, cash flow belts and payout kings. Volatility running high, beta lovers riding by. NBD throwing blows, nobody knows where the payout goes. Oh yeah, step into a distribution. Styling and profiling yield solutions. Brother, what you gonna do tonight when the payouts run wild on you? Guestamania. Who's gonna call it right? Guestamania. Come on, yield lovers unite. Covered calls and cash flow dreams. High yield louder than it seems. Guestamania. We're chasing glory tonight. Honey flexing center stage. OT locked inside the cage. YieldMax climbing off the ropes. Every payout fuels the hopes. Can you smell what YieldMax cooks? Everybody's getting hooked. Charts are pumping, premiums fly. Some get paid and some ask why. Who called MSI? Who nailed MVD? Who called MSI? Who nailed MVD? Glass breaks, crowd goes insane. Another payout drops again. The champ is yield. R to the O, to the D. And that's the bottom line, 'cause the cash flow set Guestamania. No script, no excuse. Guestamania. Grit only, never lose. Arena lights and payout flames. Everybody shout the names. Guestamania. We're chasing glory tonight. This is not financial advice. Always seek. Ooh. Yeah. Good morning, friends. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Built, not sold, yeah, intentionally. No hype talk, just clarity. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Mid-40s, married man, house stay loud. Raising up boys, turning boys into chaos around. Still clocking in, but he plot in the end. Giants fan scars, yeah, he wear that pain. Smiles through the losses like part of the game. Never throw shots, never talks that mess. Builds people up, less results address. Streams every day, never missing a beat. YouTube live X when the mic get heat. Not selling dreams, just showing the math. Wins and drawdowns, full on his past. Spreadsheet brain with a streetwise frame. Plays of discipline, never chasing fame. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Options on screen, risk handle precise. Structures built calm, every move got a price. Cover calls roll, protection in place, time on his side. Patience setting the pace, they say slow down, he say stay exact. Same calm tone when the market snap. Runs through mud, just to test that will. Same mindset when the chart goes still. Sings on the post, crowd laugh, he grin. Go dig a hook, but the lesson still win. Movie quotes fly, wrestling frame. Serious work, but he keep it light, man. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset, moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. If you want that life, say freedom with me. This was for fun and entertainment purposes. I hope you have fun and were entertained. And if not, I'll do better next time. And if you made it this far, and you want to make sure everybody knows.
If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to myself and all the other suckers out there, hour and 11 minutes, you deserve credit. You got to type in the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, keyword today is showing the math. Showing the math. Who said that keyword? I forget. Who said that keyword? Where'd it go? Showing the math. Why can't I find that comment? I know Wolf seconded it, but did it delete it? All right, I can't see. But anyway, showing the math. Corny, maybe. Whatever, who cares? One video showing the math. Show the math. Show the math. Math be mathin'. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Later.